Welcome to my channel and to the second video in the Soul's Blueprint series. I am so glad to have you here. Your soul's blueprint is all of the experiences that your soul has acquired. And in these readings, we are looking into the blueprint you have when it comes to your true love in past lives and this current one. If this resonates with you, choose one of the following piles. Pile 1 has the Healer card and rough black Obsidian. Pile 2 has the Wanderer card and rough green Aventurine. Pile 3 has the Dreamer card and Lapiz Lazuli point. Choose the one that is grabbing all of your attention, and I will see you there. Hi Pile 1, welcome to your reading. You chose this rough black Obsidian and you also chose this card and it says Healer. I just want to apologize. My voice, it might be a bit like strange sounding and I might cough because I have a sore throat and I've caught a cold, so I just want to apologize for that, and I hope that all of you are doing great. And let's get into your reading. The first thing that comes through for you, Pile 1, is that your soul moves in cycles. And what I mean with cycles is not one life cycle is not a cycle for you. Your soul moves in very long cycles. Like, I don't think I would be exaggerating if I say that 100 lifetimes would be considered a cycle for your soul. And what I'm seeing that is amazing when it comes to the amount of possibilities within possibilities that your soul just loves experiencing, that level is so high. You have a soul that is scared of nothing. This is amazing what is coming through for you, because the reason why your soul has chosen to extend the cycles, like how long the cycles are, and yeah, so the reason why your soul has chosen that is because your soul wants to experience one thing in every possible way, even many times in the same way. And this is something that you have in common with the soul that you most of the times choose to reincarnate with as a mate, as a true love. Both of you share this quality of yours, of you wanting to experience the same thing many times. So I see the both of you reincarnating as the same sex over and over again without changing roles. And let me tell you just one thing also that is crucial for the experience you will have in this lifetime also. What I see for you is, because your soul has a high quality when it comes to how it responds to the same thing over and over again, your soul doesn't mind and actually wants to and long for and make sure that it will experience very tricky situations when it comes to love. Your soul wants to know how much it can take care of itself, how much it can expand in the same situation because that is the reason why most souls choose to have a couple of lifetimes in the same situation, and then when they've cleared the heaviest of the karma that is surrounding that exact situation, they will choose to move on from that in the next lifetime. But your soul actually don't do that. Your soul chooses to stay in the same experience, in the same situation for many lifetimes, because it knows how difficult it is to actually expand in that area, in that box. And your soul has this type of quality of like, look at me doing the impossible, look at me, ooh la la. Like, your soul is so proud, your soul is just flourishing in this what's it called, this not difficulty but more obstacle sort of thing, more I hate when I can't find the exact word, but I think you get what I'm trying to say. And you sharing this quality with the soul that you most of the times choose to reincarnate with, why you choose each other is because the other ones in your soul group, you know, you've played around a little bit, you've chosen other souls to reincarnate with as mates, and love to experience a love relationship with that soul. But why you keep going back to the same soul over and over again is because that is your true mirror. And also there's another reason why you choose that soul over and over again, and that has actually to do with, because you have a very, like, your soul has a very laid back sorry, I think my cold has really gotten through my brain also. I'm so sorry that I have such a difficulty finding the right words in English, but let me try again. Your soul and this partner of yours and his soul, because you share the same perspective of the way you choose to reincarnate, your soul actually find it easy. Okay, even if your human self does not find it easy, that is how it should be, because for your human self, it is still the first time that it is experiencing what it is experiencing. However, on a soul level, it is like easy peasy for you. This is like you being a mermaid swimming around doing the impossible together with your soulmate, and the both of you are just like enjoying this experience, both wanting to expand and flourish in the same experiences over and over again, just to show how much of a pro level that you're on. And I do see that for the majority of you, this lifetime is a reflection of many past lives, that this life is not a shift when it comes to the cycles, these long cycles that I've been talking about. This life is a continuation of many past lives that you've shared, that most likely your sexes, they're the same, you haven't switched it. Most likely your roles have not switched either. You are still here to expand in the same role, in the same situation that you've been in for many lifetimes, and that also includes the more difficult parts of the romantic relationship. Okay, this is so interesting and exciting. So let's take a look at your other oracle cards. You have Artemis with focus and the number 4. It is you reaching a goal. It is you being this archer, having this bow in your hand, and you don't miss the target a lot. Let me just tell you that. Your soul is doing this in this specific way, and this is the blueprint of your soul. because your soul has found a very clever way of actually reaching the goal of expansion and reaching the goal of remembering your true nature by doing this. And this is very unique. Most souls do not choose to do it in this way as you and your soulmate choose to do. You also have idyllic times, the garden and paradise. So there is a message coming through for those of you who are single, or for those of you who have not yet met this true love, this person that will come in as a mirror and be very much like you. There is like a significator, a factor, a clue to let you know who this person is when you meet this person. And it has to do with the way that both of you will respond to difficulties or obstacles, just like hardships that comes through when you mirror each other and when you experience life with each other. Because some souls actually find it challenging and exciting to meet difficulties and to stay in difficult energies for some time, maybe even for an extended time. Your soul does not respond in that way. Your soul wants to respond to difficulties not as a challenge, but as a way of flowing in the water. That is what I was seeing with you and your soulmate, being like mermaids in the water, doing the impossible but still laughing. So you might have found yourself in relationships where the other person actually lingers on a little bit too much in the difficult energies, wanting to mirror back darkness and hardships in a way that you don't find interesting, in a way that it's not that you're bypassing it, not at all. It's not that you don't see what your partner saw. It's just that you don't align with that partner's way of lingering with it, of experiencing it. You experience the same thing, but in a different way. And that is because that partner was not your true love. That partner was not that soul that you've already chosen to experience this life with. So that will be a way for you, like a guideline for you when you date, when you meet people, that when something happens that both of you experience as difficult and as a hardship, you will know that it is your true mate by him mirroring your easiness, your softness. You almost, like, both of you will get that, oh my God, this is what we want to experience, and we will experience this in the same way, and we will flourish, we will expand. And isn't this just amazing? Thank you for mirroring me. Thank you for being so much like me. Thank you for sharing this experience in alignment with me. And I just think it's great that you get to have this clue. Yeah, okay, so let's get back to the general energies for all of the group in pile 1. You also have blossoming with 33. So we have actually 2 4s. This card was number 48, and this is 33 with blossoming flower moon. Again, even if your human self is experiencing hardships in a hard way, your soul is creating music out of this. Your soul is finding completion. Your soul is experiencing itself as being perfect. And that is the true purpose of the soulmate connection that you will experience in this lifetime. It is, whatever happens, you will see it as pure perfection. Even if others around you, let's say that one of you catches a disease, a serious disease that will inflict hardships on your life for a long period of time, okay? Others around you will be like, oh, how difficult, like, oh, this must really put a string on your relationship. And the two of you will be looking at each other like, no, we are more in love than ever. We are seeing this thing in the same way. We are so bound to each other. We experience this as one. And it doesn't mean that you don't feel sorrow or sadness, but the easiness to these energies that you're experiencing is because you are aligned with each other. And you will just flourish and blossom. And this also, like, in a way reminds me of a mermaid, like this fin. It's like a fin coming down, creating music, just being like in good soil for this relationship to blossom, to flourish, no matter what you are experiencing. Like, your soul barely cares if it is experiencing good things or bad things, because your soul still wants to expand and to see, am I still able to expand in a box? Am I still so divine that I can create new things from the same things? That is amazing. Wow. And you have weight. And it also says, it's not yet time. Things are being woven. This is not talking about a timing. Okay, Tarot like came through with her face like this and just yelled it out to me. This card is not about timing, okay? Sorry. I just needed to take a sip of water. I feel my voice is getting restrained. Okay, so it's not talking about timing. It is actually talking about that moment in time when both of you chose to come here. You know, you might have experienced, if you're already in this connection, and even if you're not in this connection yet, you might have experienced like impossible situations that are just mind-boggling difficult. Like, what the F, what is going on? Like, people around you can be looking at you and like, what is this? How can all of these things happen to you? And there will be like a deep inner knowing. Again, it's not that you're not feeling sorrow. It's not that you're not sad. That is your human experience, and you are experiencing it in a perfect way. But on a soul level, you know how capable your soul is. You know all of the things that your soul came here to experience over and over again. And you know that you're not done yet. You know that the expansion that you wanted to experience by coming here, it is not done yet. You know that you have so much more to accomplish on a soul level. And your soulmate, this true love of yours, will come in a phase of your life when this expansion is actually turbulent, when this expansion is almost being expressed in a chaotic way, because of the pace that it is expanding in. It's like from day to day expanding 10 times, 10 times, 10 times. And the energies have a hard time of settling. The energies have a hard time of just grounding itself, because of that your soul has almost pressed like a start button, like, do this now, because my soulmate is about to enter. And for me to recognize my soulmate, this is so crucial. For me to recognize my soulmate, I actually need to meet him or her in these chaotic, expansive energies. So if you are now in a situation where you are experiencing things this way, that you're expanding in almost like an earthquake energy type of way. Like a lot of things are happening, and even if you are reacting to them in a healthy way, in a human way, your soul still finds it at least interesting. That is how you know that your soul mate is about to enter your life. Now let's get the tarot cards into this picture. Okay, I think I have a lot of cards now, so I will stop shuffling and we'll start off with the King of Wands underneath the deck. Okay, I'll just put him here for a little bit and just organize your cards to make sure that you can see all of them. So the King of Wands is really just talking about the pro level your soul is on. You know how the King of Wands a lot of times comes up like an entrepreneur kind of energy. And that is really how your soul is connected to your soulmate. It is in an entrepreneur kind of way of wanting the expansion in the way that an entrepreneur wants it. And you know, an entrepreneur is also the archetype of a person being extremely flexible, being very much present in the now, no matter what is going on. Is it difficult? It is easy. It doesn't matter. The King of Wands will be present. Why? Because he wants to experience everything that is happening to see if he can step up his game. And that is something that you share in this blueprint that you have that is connected to your soulmate. Both of you share this King of Wands energies of wanting to be in the present moment, always to know, can we step up our game even more? Okay, so you have the Moon. You have the High Priestess. Oof, this is interesting. When the Moon and the High Priestess comes through together next to each other, I will tell you right away that there are things in this reading when it comes to your blueprint, and Tarot is letting me know that it has to do with some of the hardships, some of the heavy energies that surrounds your blueprint that is connected to your soulmate and your true love, that Tarot will choose to not get into in this reading. I don't know why yet, but this is super specific. When the Moon and the High Priestess comes up together next to each other, it is telling me that some things should be behind the curtain for now. So let's just trust the process. We have the Nine of Wands. Yes, okay. We have the Ace of Swords. And look at this. Oh, sorry, I bumped into the camera. Look at this card having a very firm structure. And also, actually, the Nine of Wands has a firm structure of a pyramid here. This is talking about the purpose. There is a very strong foundation of a purpose that the two of you will share, other than the two of you experiencing your romantic relationship. There is a purpose on a deep level of you choosing this lifetime together. Okay, yes, I get it. I see it. Thank you. The thing is that when it comes to this purpose of you choosing this soul, once again as your true love. There is something that will be created around you, surrounding you, when the two of you come together, that will be very much manifested in your outer world. And with the Ace of Swords coming through with the pyramid and this firm foundation of a large building, this is like a skyscraper type of structure, and still the Ace of Swords is bigger than that. The Ace of Swords comes up above this structure, and this is telling me that the purpose the two of you have that will be expressed in your outer world, it will be bigger than this life, bigger than this physical life. It will be expressed in your outer world, but it will still be bigger than that. I don't know quite yet what that means, but there is a very important and specific purpose why the two of you have chosen each other. So one of them is for the both of you to experience each other once again, but there is a new thing that is interesting, because this far it has been how your soul will mirror each other in wanting to expand in the same way, but the two of you have actually decided before you came here that there is at least one new thing that you want to create from a new foundation. You want it to be expressed in the outer world, and that would be the purpose the two of you will have of your relationship being expressed in a very certain way for a certain purpose in your outside world. And that is new. That will be like a breakthrough for both of your souls. You have the Ten of Wands. Look at how the Nine of Wands and Ten of Wands are surrounding the Ace of Swords, this out of this world idea, out of this world mindset. This is interesting. You have the Nine of Cups. Again, you will do this with ease, even if it will be difficult with the Nine of Wands and Ten of Wands. This has to do with spirituality as a core, spirituality as a foundation, but like in a practical way, but also in a deep way. And the two of you will actually be so happy. This lifetime that you have with your soulmate, it is you expressing the pro levels that I've been talking about, the pro levels of your soul that your soulmate will mirror back to you. Like you will take it to a whole new level in this lifetime. This is like, let me just say that tarot is coming through super impressed by you and your soul's blueprint that you share with your true love, because you really are stepping up your game in this life. And that might also be why tarot does not want to give you all of the details, too many details in this reading, because if this is a new experience, you want to be surprised also with the Ace of Swords. You want it to be a breakthrough that comes through for you in a natural and very organic way for you. You don't want to know too much ahead of time. But let me just tell you this. This lifetime is on a pro level, and I don't care how your life looks like. No matter what is going on your outside world, your soul is on a pro level, 100%. It still wants to expand in the same box that it has chosen to reincarnate hundreds of times. But the two of you have also agreed on having something brand new about the purpose of why the two of you come together. Look at like the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands are really representing you and your soulmate surrounding this breakthrough, this idea that will manifest very like heavily, very strongly, very like foundation based in your outside world. And this is, as I've said many times, a purpose, a purpose. It won't be easy, and your soul doesn't want it to be easy. Your soul wants to experience it as easy, even though it's not. This might be like a bit confusing for you, pile one, how you have like contradictory energies inside of you, but just go with it. Trust the process. And the last card you have is the Hermit. Like there are some cards in the major arcana that can represent pro level of things, and the Hermit is really one of those cards. And it also, you know, shines a light that the High Priestess and the Moon dims, that this has to do with your spirituality. Your spirituality being on a pro level that will manifest in your outside world in a very specific way. But I'm not getting any more details about this purpose that you share. And it looks as though this breakthrough, this idea, this experience, that your soul doesn't want to know too much about this before it happens, but just know that it will happen. This is part of the agreement you have made on how this will happen. And this is very strongly connected to what will happen before the two of you meet, like this expansion that will be chaotic. It is some sort of preparation for your soulmate to enter and for this purpose to manifest itself. Wow, okay. I will end my reading here for you, pile one. This was so interesting to look into the blueprint of your soul and the blueprint of your soulmate's soul also. You're very aligned, and that is lovely to see. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye. Hi, pile two. Welcome to your reading. Let me just directly apologize for my voice. I have a cold and a sore throat, so I might be coughing a little bit during the reading. I'm so sorry for that, but I really hope that you're doing well and that you have an amazing day. Why do I always forget to take away the crystal from the previous group? Sorry. So you have the rough green Aventurine. And you also chose the Wanderer card. You know, this is so interesting because this reading is about the blueprint of your soul when it comes to your true love and the experiences that you've shared in past lives and in this current one. And you know what is the first thing that comes through for you with this Wanderer card? Pile two, your soul, wherever it was before it came here, like in what dimension, on what level of expansion and consciousness that it was, you've actually moved past that. How do I say, like wherever you were before you came here, or where your soul origin is, there is no longer that choosing of one soulmate, because the oneness, that the consciousness level that you're on with your people, with your soul tribe, with your species, it is more like all-inclusive. It can see itself and it can see God and the Creator in everyone. So your soul belongs to like a great collective where you all consider each other as soulmates, as being one soul. And you know, the energy is coming through there. That is true love. That is, I just feel the peace that comes with knowing that you're connected to everyone. All of them are you. There is no need for you to single one out anymore. Like your soul has had that when it was on different levels of dimensions prior to where your soul is now. However, that does not mean that you're not gonna have a human experience when it comes to true love. Because you chose to reincarnate to this dimension here, in this dimension, consciousness still chooses to single one person out, maybe 2 or 3 in a lifetime, but it's still one person. Yeah. So that you will still experience that for sure. But I just find it so interesting that that is the first thing that came through for you, that wherever you come from, that is not how you operate anymore. But because you chose to come to this dimension, you have also chosen to operate the way that this dimension operates in. So you will have a human experience of true love in the way that this dimension does it, by singling one soul out. And that is something that you will experience. If the number 3 is significant for you, there is a number 3 here. But do you see how he has like these markings on his face, which tells me of ancient ways being in him, but also the look on his face showing how evolutionized he is, how he's just so peaceful. Paul, too, you have a soulmate, you have a true love, but for you, oneness is such a strong part of your blueprint when it comes to love, that I see you, even though you experience the human experience of thinking about true love, looking for true love, having questions about true love, there is a strong foundation of you where you can get very fulfilled by experiencing oneness with the all. You are a type of person who can experience true love from a tree, from a bug, from running into maybe a type of bug that you have never seen before, and what will happen inside of you is that you will experience true love in that second, in that moment. And that is because that is where your soul is in its dimension, where it belongs. This is lovely, 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 lovely. Wow. You have Saraswati and mastery. Yeah, with the number 45. Yeah, this says it all, really. That your soul is on a master level when it comes to what love is, understanding what true love is. So when your soulmate enters your life or has already entered your life, even if that person will be singled out for you, your soul's blueprint is really, can still not ignore the memory it has of what oneness truly means. But you will experience true oneness with this soulmate of yours. You will experience sharing the same soul, sharing the same heart with this, with this person, as if you're one and the same, because that is truly your true nature, Paltu. Wow. Can I just say how much I love spending time with your energies? Like, I feel all of my muscles have relaxed. I feel that I'm surrounded by unconditional love, and that is your true mastery. That is unconditional love. You have another 3. It says calming the waters, peaceful self-regulation. And with a full moon. With a full moon, and look at the horns being on top of her head. You have a very strong and well balanced, activated 7th chakra. And look how how she's creating things out of energy from her hands. This tells me that you have a mission here with this true love of yours, that you have something that will be created between the two of you that is love on a very high level. It is almost like the two of you has reincarnated here with what I saw of you being part of a big whole, big perfect group that is a whole group. And even though you are many, you are still one. When you reincarnated, it's like you reincarnated with all of them inside of you. Like that oneness of that big group has not left you. And it is something very specific that you will experience by meeting another one of this group that has reincarnated like with this whole group. And the oneness that your true love experiences will be so strong between the two of you, because it will truly feel that you share the same body, that you share the same soul, you share the same mind, you share the same memories, past lives memories from another place, another time, another dimension. You will understand each other like no one else. You will know what the other one is thinking, what the other one is experiencing, what the other one is feeling, even though you're not in the same room, in the same space. You will be connecting to this soulmate of yours long before you meet them. I'm speaking now as if you haven't met them, and I'm very well aware that there are those of you in this group that have already met your true love. Okay, so you have the number 42 with the masculine, and it says lunar god, and look how he is handling all of the moon phases, going back and forth, handling them, being in control of them. That is also referring to the mastery with Saraswati. And look at the almost like portal that is being created behind him, like behind his heart chakra, the portal is being created. And look at these two figures back here. Yes, you share many past lives together. You see another full moon. This is talking also about the fulfillment, the perfectness, the mastery that you share that will be completed in this lifetime between the both of you. And this portal is so interesting. There is something with the mastery level of your soul, and when the two of you will come together, it's like it will create a portal of some sort from your heart chakra being activated. You know, with the portal being placed in the back of this person, it tells me that it is strongly connected to the dimension that you share, that you've chosen to share with this specific soul in that dimension. it is very strongly connected to your soul origin, what will be created in this union of yours, because this is truly, truly a divine union. Oh, there's so much with this card. The masculine. Yes, okay. And you also have loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. I'm not getting that much from this card quite yet. I'm sure it will come more. So let's get into your tarot cards. I see with the masculine card that the portal that has its foundation in the dimension that you come from, and in that dimension you've shared many, many, many lives with this specific person. Both of you will have a sort of protector role here on earth that will be activated by the both of you falling in love. When your heart chakra activates and this portal opens up, the purpose of you being here, what will be created, look at her almost also creating a portal. But this one is in front of her, this one is behind him. So your past lives will really manifest itself in this lifetime when it comes to where you come from, your soul origin, the mastery level that you're in. And it is strongly connected to a protector role of some sort. Wow. So there is most definitely a purpose of the both of you experiencing each other, and a purpose that the world around you will experience when the two of you come together. Okay, so this one also wants to be in the reading. I will put it on the side, and I will show it to you when the time is right for that to come. So the Knight of Coins. Okay. And the Two of Wands. Okay, so those two are connected to each other. For those of you who haven't yet met the soulmate, you are right now being prepared for it, and right now is the perfect timing for you to be prepared for it. Whatever is going on in your life right now is actually divine timing to prepare you for this. It's actually an activation that will happen for you when you meet this person. And you are being prepared to be able to handle this activation, because if the two of you will create some sort of portal of creation that has to do with protection of some sort, your body will have to be able to handle these strong energies of your heart being a portal, your seventh chakra being a portal. Like, these two chakras will be heavily activated, strongly activated. And but the Knight of Pentacles also really shows that it is about your body being able to handle these activations happening inside of it, because it will be a strong experience for you. It will also be because of the portal that has to do with the past lives and where your soul origin is from. It will be a sort of awakening of your soul's origin, the past lives that you've spent together, and the group that you come from also. It will be a very strong experience for you, and Your body is now being prepared to handle that, and the Six of Wands showed up. That is nice. Great energies. Okay, so let's take a look at your tarot cards. You have the Queen of Wands. You have the Temperance. Look at these two cards. How she has horns that are activating her 7th chakra, and he has this ray of light coming down his 7th chakra. She is creating something impossible from her hands, and he is actually mixing two liquids that are impossible to mix. What is this thing of protection that is actually like an impossible thing to do that you will create? With the Queen of Wands, this is a great creation of yours that is impossible in many senses, but that you will it would be easy for you to do this impossible thing with the Queen of Wands. Like, she just snaps with her fingers and she creates things out of thin air. Like, she is the witch among the queens, because she is supernatural in many ways also. Ooh. Oh, I want to know more. Okay. You have the Hierophant, getting secret information that only the two of you will share, only the two of you will know. Look at how rays are coming out of this knowing, this information that you will have. There is something that will be activated inside of you. This portal will open. You will get to know things that is like secret information, sacred information. And from that, you will start creating this thing that is impossible to create. And that has to do with protection and handling all of the phases of life. How life goes back and forth from nothing to fullness, nothing to fullness. And nothing can stop these phases from happening in life. This is how life expresses itself. And you will play a crucial role in, like, almost, what's the word? Facilitating. You will play a crucial role of facilitating when life and this earth turns into heavier energies, strong energies that is very difficult for the human race to handle. You will be facilitating these energies back and forth and serve as a protective factor. Wow, you are really here to serve humanity with this connection of yours. But also know, you will not just experience each other in this purpose of service, you will also experience each other as romantic partners. This is not just about business. This is not just about service. The love that you will feel for each other will be perfect. Look at these two full moons coming up, showing completion, showing something being perfect, not missing anything, not lacking anything. Oh, okay, the Fool. This is how people in humanity will experience this sacred union. That they will be safe enough to take this leap of faith because of how you are facilitating heavy energies, how you are facilitating all of the phases of life going back and forth. When humanity and the human race and the human beings surrounding you are experiencing life as being unpredictable, and why can it be stable, you will be like this, like these two wands just being stable, putting the energies down in the earth, channeling the energies down in the earth through your seventh chakra in the temperance, creating what is considered to be impossible. And that will make, I don't know if they will be aware of it, but they will feel safe enough to be able to continue living and taking these leap of faiths. Like this leap that the Fool is taking in this card, it is just representing actually the Fool continuing on his journey. Wow, okay, yeah, okay. This isn't just talking about the people surrounding you. This is talking about humanity as a big community. They will be able to continue moving on, living on, when the energies are the heaviest, because of how you will facilitate the energies. Oof. The Four of Wands. And you have the King of Swords. Many layers, over and over again. You know what you're doing. You most definitely know what you're doing when you're facilitating these energies through your system. No wonder that you're being prepared on a physical level, because this will move through your system and down in the earth. Do you see how everything, like the only thing he has as part of his body is his head. Everything else is just energies going through him, touching the ground, and then being part of the ground, grounding all of the energies. That is what you will be doing. And look, this is also interesting with the Two of Wands belonging to the Knight of Pentacles. And look at him holding the Two of Wands. Know that the phase you're in right now is crucial, both for this union to happen, but also is crucial for all of the activations that will happen inside of you. And it is also crucial for the thing that will be created when the two of you meet, where you will be facilitating all of the energies. And the thing is that you can do that with the Mastery card, Saraswati, coming through. You will be really helping out this planet and humanity. And you know each other so well. You are really two halves of a whole. And when the two of you came here to this earth, you also brought with you like the whole community that you belong to. You know, I'm just getting a message that for some of you, you know this by what you're experiencing in your aloneness. I'm not talking about loneliness that has heavy energies. I'm talking about aloneness when you choose to be alone, that you actually don't feel alone. You know the oneness you belong to. You know the wholeness that you belong to, the perfect whole that you belong to. And when you meet this soulmate of yours, this true love of yours, he or she will reflect back to you the oneness that both of you belong to. And from that oneness, you will build portals that will have such a strong foundation that you will facilitate all of the energies of this planet, the good and the bad, the heavy and the light. And that is a strong purpose of why the two of you will meet. Pile 2, I will end my reading here for you. It was a pleasure to spend time with your energies. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being on this earth also. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. I am so excited to get into it. But let me just start by apologizing for my voice. I have a cold and a sore throat, so I might be coughing during the reading, and I'm so sorry for that. But I hope that you're having a wonderful day and that you're doing great. And let's get into your reading. Okay. You've had, of course, many past lives with your true love, but let me tell you that you've played so much when it comes to status and hierarchy, and in many, many, many lives, you've chosen to be very high up in the hierarchy, okay? With the Lapiz Lazuli coming through, really representing, like, you know how the Egyptians saw this as being almost a godlike stone, being very precious to them. And then you also chose the dreamer card with this, I don't remember the name of this deity, but you've chosen lives with your true love where you've been considered almost godlike, if not divine, like straight out divine. You've experienced being high up in society, having high status as royalties, or, you know, you've been here on earth with this soulmate of yours, okay? And when you've also chosen to reincarnate in societies that has been on very, very, very high levels, societies that do not exist today, that has been wiped out. And you've been highly looked up to, you and your soulmate. You've been, like, this card is really speaking about you and your soulmate being power couples, okay? And look, Tarot is coming through with, and she's saying it in the sweetest way possible, but that if you experience like some type of hybris in this lifetime, it is because of this, okay? It's not for nothing. It's not just you like, oh, being delusional or something like that. You've actually had very high profile lives with your soulmate, and you've shared these lives. I don't see you, maybe you have, I don't know, but still I don't see you like reincarnating very high up in society, your soulmate reincarnating very low, and then you meet like in the halfway, or you going down to your soulmate's status, or your soulmate going up to you. I actually see the two of you like reincarnating as two matches. You match each other because the both of you, it's not just that you want to experience being that high up, having that type of status, but it also has had a lot to do with what you have to offer. And for you and your soulmate to be able to offer this, your gifts, especially on this planet, you've had to reincarnate in high status positions of society. That is so interesting. Wow. Okay. I already know that this will be an interesting reading. Okay. You have Nyx with secrets and the number 40. You know, you've dealt, one of the things that you've gifted the societies that you've been in, you know, I see everything from Atlantis to Egypt to Machu Picchu in this group. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if you dipped your toes in all of the societies, you know, these civilizations that were so cool isn't even enough to describe them, but you know what I mean. But I also see that when you chose to reincarnate with your soulmate, one of the status positions that you've had, yes, you've been considered a deity. Yes, you've been considered a royalty. But more than anything, the two of you, the power couple type that you've experienced more than anything, has been sort of like high priest, high priestess. like sorcerers, because with the secrets coming up in Nyx, like speaking of the underground, the underworld, you've dealt with what is considered on this planet as magic on a high level. Yes, you've been able to deal with magic, create magic in a way that has baffled the civilizations that you've visited. And this is what I'm speaking about when I'm saying that you two are power couple on a different level. Let's continue. You have bright heart light, open connections. You know, with open connections, this is really showing me that in every life that you've chosen with this soulmate, and that is part of your soul's blueprint, you've never been satisfied with reincarnating with your true love only to be of service. You've always wanted to experience this soulmate of yours as being, you know, in a romantic relationship, a passionate relationship, that you've taken like time off, even if you've had so much to offer, and which you did. You've also chosen now and then lives and lifetimes where you've done nothing else than just being in love with this person. You've chosen very calm and quiet lives. Not often, let me just tell you that. Your soul just needed to experience that from that specific soul, because that is some sweet love that you have between each other. I don't know which one of these lives is this life. If it will be one of those like pause lives, you know, where you will just want to experience each other, being in love with each other, and take a pause from service, or if this will be a union of service, and that is where like the highlights will be for you. However the case is, with Nyx, the underworld, your love runs deep. You will share so much when it comes to your abilities, when it comes to your, you know, spiritual gifts that are cool, spiritual gifts that really show that you come from another place, you know what I mean. So even if you will choose a life that is this sort of life, where you will experience the sweet love between each other and not focus so much on service, it will be still exactly what you wanted. And know this, if that is the type of life that you've chosen to have in this lifetime, that is because action-filled lives are being planned and have been planned for you directly after this life. So this will just be like a pause life, and then the lives that will come after this will be like what I saw with this card coming through. You know, the power couple thing. You will still be a power couple even in the pause life. It will still be a power couple, but the power things will happen between the two of you. Oh, that is so nice. I love how the soul can do that. You know, to choose to have like an overall type of energies in most of its life, and then now and then it chooses to only reincarnate to experience things for itself. That is beautiful. I love that. So you have purity, snow moon, and the number 30. It's just so interesting how the veil is covering her eyes to not see, to not know, to not be aware of. What is this thing that you're not supposed to be aware of? Okay, that's kind of contradictory, right? To ask what is this thing that you're not supposed to be aware of. So I don't know. I don't know why that card came out yet. Let's continue. Let's continue. You have the seas of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. So with this water being crystal clear, whatever type of life that the two of you have chosen when you reincarnated here, what is in your soul's blueprint will be about being crystal clear about your true self, your highest self, the enlightened self as a human being. The two of you will reach enlightenment together. You will bring unconsciousness to light. And that is something huge. That is something very important. This is like time dependent. This is... this card is very important for this reading. I'm still very curious about this one. Still nothing is coming through. Purity, purity, snow moon. I still think this is it. The veil covering her eyes of forgetting, not remembering something. I really hope Tarot will come through and tell me more about this, because that is so intriguing. That is so intriguing. Okay, we have this and this. This. Okay. Making it easy for me. Okay, now I shuffle. Okay, and this will be the last card that I can fit into your reading. Okay, and you have the Page of Wands. Just give me 2 seconds. Oof, okay, so this card really has to do with this forgetting, the veil being in front of your eyes, of forgetting, not knowing, not remembering something. Okay. Okay, so to be honest, not a lot is coming through, but there is one thing that is coming through, and that has to do with a purpose being forgotten. What does that mean? I'm not quite sure yet, okay? This could mean that the strong purpose of service that you've shared with this person, you've put a veil on you to not remember that, so that you can actually focus on having a love relationship to this person and not being focused on just service. This could be this, okay? Actually, this could be the only thing, because nothing else is coming through than that one thing. Which tells me that maybe the most of you in this group will actually be mainly experiencing a beautiful and wonderful love relationship. It doesn't mean that you won't be useful as a couple, or that you won't do great things for others as a couple, but it still tells me that the main focus of your reincarnation is actually to experience each other as fully as you can, as wholeheartedly as you can. And the only way for you to do that is to put a veil of forgetting, like how high up you've reached in your past lives, because that would be maybe too tempting for you. If you would remember that fully, it would be too tempting for you when you come together with your true love to not go after that. So you putting a veil will actually help you to experience this love on a deep and profound level, because that will be the reason why the two of you came to this life together. You know, for the ones of you that have already met this person, and this person is part of your life, and you might hear so often in spiritual communities that soulmates always have a higher purpose. Soulmates always meet to be of service. And maybe that hasn't happened yet for you as a couple. This might actually be a confirmation for you why that hasn't happened. That maybe they're not entirely correct when they're saying these things. Maybe that is correct for some couples, for some instances, but like, who's to say that that is a rule to imply or to apply to every spiritual couple, right? So if you have met your soulmate, your true love, and you are in this divine union, and maybe you have this unsettling feeling of like, oh, shouldn't we do more? This might be your confirmation that you're actually doing exactly what your purpose is. Let's get to your tarot cards. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Hierophant, okay, the Three of Wands, really talking about not overdoing it. Really talking about, these three cards are talking about this life is just one life of many, many, many lives. That, so for some of you, you can actually, if you want to, you can choose to expand the relationship you have into other areas, into like dipping into these, you know, secret knowings of yours, these past lives of yours that were very like high up in status and things like that. But the message is also coming through in the most loving way that you don't have to if you don't want to. Know that it will happen later on in the other lifetimes to come. But you don't have to overdo it in any way in this lifetime. You can actually choose to only be happy and fulfilled within your relationship. The Eight of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the Emperor. Another 4. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6 is coming through with the cards, with 3 speaking of expansion. You know, the expansion that you really want to experience on a soul level with your true love is really the home life, the structure that the two of you will build within the relationship. That, of course, you have free will. You can choose to expand as much as you want. However, if you would start to feel uncomfortable expanding into like a service-minded type of relationship, it is so okay for you to back away from that. Because again, what your soul really, really wants to experience with your true love, why the two of you came here, was to experience each other fully. It was for the focus to be on you and the other one. You focusing on him, on her, and they focusing on you. You want to be the apple of the eye, and that person wants the same thing. So for those of you, there will be people in this group that wants to expand, and you won't feel uncomfortable doing that. There will also be those of you that will expand and you will feel a bit iffy about it. Trust that. Trust that that is part of your blueprint that is in both of you, of wanting to focus on each other, wanting to focus on this soul connection, this true love connection between the two of you. And it is totally fine, totally okay for you to do that and to allow yourself to do that. But I also see that even though the veil is in front of your eyes, pulled over your eyes, to not remember these great past lives that you've had. In a way, they are like haunting you or following you, and you interpret that as, well, aren't you gonna do something about it? You know what your potential is, you know what you can gain, you know what you can, how far up you can come to. But that is just like a misunderstanding. That is just some things that has seeped through the veil. But you are really, really just, it's so okay. You are allowed to choose love in this lifetime before you choose service. You are allowed to experience your partner as you being the most important thing in your partner's life, than being of service, because you've already been so much of service, and you will be, oh my God, you will be. But however, if there is one thing that you would like to focus on, like some sort of, let's call it a project or a mission of some sort, that has to do with your enlightenment. So if there is something that you would want to focus on besides the relationship and the divine union that you share with your true love, then let it be enlightenment. That your true self will come through clear as this water in your body, in your physical experience, in your experience as a human being. That is, in that case, something that the two of you can focus on. And let that be like a guiding light, a mission of yours. But that will still be the two of you mirroring each other. That will still be, you know, when you do this and be enlightened, that is also when you will know your true soul purpose. And if it will be a bit difficult for you to allow yourself to put focus on only true love, you gaining this type of enlightenment and bringing unconsciousness to light will make you feel so peaceful within this, because you want to experience this true love coming into existence in every way. Look at him really examining like every part of this box, turning it all the way around. This is what you want to experience with your true love. The love you share in every way. And for that to happen, the focus needs to be on your relationship. Okay, pile 3, this was a lovely reading. Wow. Know that you've done great over the top things in past lives, and you will continue to be of service in those ways. And the love connection that you have is truly a soulmate connection with sweet love between the two of you. Okay, pile 3, I will end my reading here. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.